Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 7 of our Mothership campaign based on a pound of flesh. And now, first things first, we have to level up some characters. Did everybody level up or?
I'm 3 points shy.
All right, so Monty, you're leveling up anyway.
Yeah, I'm leveling up.
Sam
I
is
am
leveling up.
shy because of that session that I had to miss.
Okay. Well, how about Newt? How's he doing, Mark? Is he leveling up?
No,
as well?
yeah, no, I'm at 42.
Okay, so it's
not
just
quite there.
just Monty and Sam. All right, so Monty, let's go with you first because I know you're ready.
Yeah.
Pull up my book again here. So
I'm gonna
for
improve two saves by 4 each.
Perfect. Which 2 are you going to improve?
Armor and fear.
Excellent. So add 4 points to each of those. Then you get your minor improvement. Do you want to take the point of resolve, heal all your stress, or remove a phobia or addiction?
Can you just give me a reminder on the resolve?
So yes, that's totally worthwhile. And I'm going to, again, just look it up to make sure I get it right. Resolve. Here we go. So resolve is your ability to ignore or cope with your accumulated stress. So every point of resolve that you have provides a -1 to to all rolls on the panic effect table. So if the resolve if resolve brings your panic effect total to 1 or less, then you have no panic effect and you don't panic. So there you go.
I'll take the resolve.
Cool. So go ahead and improve your resolve by 1. And then you got your 2 skill points.
Yeah, I want to go from. I'm going to spend 2 to be an expert from military training.
Okay.
But can you tell me what would like tactics be?
Okay, so tactics would involve any kind of, like if you're making some kind of a strategy, some kind of a plan. How would that come into play? I guess if we were trying to make some kind of a roll based on your strategy to see, how successful it were or something.
Yeah,
like
I just didn't know when I would use that in game.
Anytime you're trying to, making a role in which your preparation and your strategy, your planning would come into effect, I suppose,
And then can you tell me the difference between gunnery and firearms?
Yes, gunnery involves like ship-based weapons or turrets and stuff. So it could be a mounted turret on a space station.
Hard-mounted guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas
and then
firearms is to do with personal weapons, you know what I mean? Like rifles and pistols and etc.
So for close quarters combat, would that include firearms in close quarters?
No.
Okay.
Close quarters combat is more like hand-to-hand melee type stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to Okay, would that be so that wouldn't even be melee?
Oh wait, is melee another skill?
Like if I used no, it's not, I think.
Yeah, so melee would work into you could use close quarters combat for your melee.
Like my laser cutter.
So as it is, without it, you could use your military training, which gives you plus 10% anyway for your hand-to-hand stuff, right? Or any kind of close quarter combat, knife fighting, club fighting, whatever. But if you have the close quarters combat, then you're going to get a plus 15 instead of the plus 10 for the basic, the broad stroke.
I'll do I'll do close quarters.
Cool. Excellent. How about you, Barry? What about Dr. Sam Albright? Major improvement. You want to improve stats or saves?
Stats.
Cool. So you get to add 5 to one and 3 to another.
Yeah, 5 to intelligence and 3 to speed.
Cool. And then for your minor improvement, resolve or
heal all stress.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. And then your 2 skill points. You can bank them or use them.
Yeah, I have the 3 banked already, so I'm going to take xenobiology and rimwise and keep 1 banked.
Nice. Excellent. So you got a master skill in xenobiology, and rimwise is a trained skill. Perfect. Excellent. Well done. So that's all the leveling out of the way. So I think where we left off, again, I've been very busy this week, so I didn't listen back before the session like I would have liked to, but you guys had loaded up a delivery for Ypsilon 14. You had hidden in your hidden compartment the narcotics that you're delivering from Prospero's Dream to Ypsilon 14. I think I said specifically Psychorex, but it actually might be a combination of narcotics. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the details aren't too important. It just know you're delivering some drugs, as well as obviously it's not just a drug run, because you got to have some kind of cover, right? So you're probably also bringing some food and drink supplies, something like that. Basic supplies that the
And
station might need. It's
and
a
mail.
supply. It's a supply run. Yeah, mail. That's right. You did pick up mail for extra money. I remember that. Thanks for bringing that up. So yeah, so you're on a mail and supply run to Epsilon 14, and then you're going to load on ore to bring back to the station from there, right?
Indeed.
Excellent. So, Epsilon 14 is a remote asteroid mining base. Get to the right section here. It's a pretty small facility overall as far as staffing and stuff goes, and the actual base itself. The asteroid might be much larger, of course, because it is being mined for a long period of time. I'd assume the asteroid's pretty sizable, but as far as like crew aboard the station, we have, let me double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 9 permanent crew members aboard the station itself. And you know that your contact is Sonia. She is the station manager, and she'll be expecting you and will meet you in the docking bay upon your arrival. All right. So, and I apologize, I don't have any flashy images for this, so I'm just going to go with the basic overlay. So you do arrive once you get your ship loaded up. You guys go into you plot the course for the jump. Get the jump engines warming up and ready to make the jump. It's a short jump, so you won't have to be. Oh yes, I'm sorry. That's right. We need to cover the resupply of your ship. And apologies for the weird tilting of the camera for a moment as I pull out your ship sheet. Let me grab a pencil.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Whoa! Blazing Saddles. Wasn't it Blazing Saddles? Yeah, it was Blazing Saddles.
Yep.
All right. So just to see. Yeah, we won't restock the galley for now because you got plenty of food. But fuel. Oh, you guys are only down 1 thing of fuel anyway. You know what? I'm not going to charge you for the fuel. I'm just going to say that since you're doing this run, they filled you up. Somebody else covered the it's the Solarian
Yeah,
ships you're
we're
running for.
probies
So
for the Tempest.
you are. Some of you are probies for the Tempest
That's
Mercenary
right.
Company. Yep. If I recall correctly, specifically Monty, Dr. Albright, and Rennick were probies, right? For the
Yes.
Mercenary Company now.
Yeah.
And you're doing this run for the Evangelical Solarian Church. So I'll say the Evangelical Church,
What?
topped up your fuel.
As far as
Where?
healing is concerned, from I don't know if anyone else is injured from that last altercation.
Mm.
Is how do you recover health? Is it like a natural thing? Can we assume?
Well, we
How do
haven't
you
slept yet.
heal? So in order to heal, yeah, you have to have a chance to rest for at least 6 hours.
That's proper rest, or is it
Yeah,
stasis?
decent rest. You can't do it in cryo sleep, for example, because it's not very restful. Despite the fact that you're like kind of frozen to sleep, it's.
Is there any like rolls or anything that I can
Well,
do
it
to
doesn't
try
actually
and?
say that you can't do it in cryo sleep. Sorry, you can't recover stress in cryo sleep. It doesn't say you can't.
Okay,
doesn't say here that you can't recover from injuries during cryosleep, but I would think the nature of cryosleep, like you're essentially suspended, right? So I don't think you would
You
heal
probably
right.
have your body's probably probed and it's uncomfortable.
Now, as with the cryosleep and all that, they still have to, if you want to have any science involved, you still have to have an exchange of fluids and gases and all that.
Oh yeah.
So
You still
in
you still use
theory,
oxygen. You just use a very minimal amount of it and stuff. Yeah.
and there would still be room for the insertion of blood thinners, antibiotics, and other sort of maintenance related. So it would not be a stretch to allow some sort of healing. I wouldn't say like knitting bones and sealing up wounds, but as far as like some sort of minimal sort of a thing, like not 3d6, but maybe 1d6, that sort of thing.
There's no
But it's
D6s.
completely up to you.
It doesn't work that way. It works on body saves. But I tell you what I'll do. I will say that you can make an attempt. You can make a roll to attempt to heal while you're in cryosleep, but it's going to be at disadvantage.
Would the android having
Now,
pathology be able to help?
if you're in a med bay, like a med
Yep.
bay, which would not be the same as cryosleep, if you were in a med bay, you get advantage on that. But in this case, because you're in a cryo chamber, it's going to be at disadvantage. And
Is there a way to lose stress?
not in cryosleep. There's lots
Okay.
of ways to lose stress, yes, but not in cryosleep.
Are we taking a
So,
regular sleep before we leave?
I don't think there was time. You were leaving in a matter
Yeah,
of
there was no
hours.
time.
Mm,
You guys appeared on the ship and we started loading.
yep.
Got you.
so would it be time to dress
The, an-
wounds or
the
whatever?
android does have pathology if it helps at all. I was just saying.
Yeah, I think I've pathology as well. I've got some.
And jury rigging. So if we can combine those two, just saying.
I've got a first aid kit as well.
There are also some drugs that can heal you. Like is what's the equipment? There's some piece of equipment I can't remember that's healing. Some of the pills, right? The
stim pack thing. No, it's
stim
not
pack.
those.
Yeah,
Is
the
it?
stim pack can
Or there's an auto. What's an auto med?
Automed. Automed is a nanotech pill that assists your body in repairing damage, giving you a bonus to your body saves when you are trying to repel disease or poison, and
Okay.
attempts to heal. But it also gives you a plus 10% to fear saves made to reduce stress. Right. So, yes, but it still requires proper rest. It just gives you extra chance at success.
Okay. Well,
And the stim packs, a stim pack will give you an immediate 2d10 to your health. It'll also increase your strength in combat temporarily, but it does come with a danger of addiction or overdose if used frequently. So what I would say is if you're concerned about your health, maybe once you come out of cryosleep, you might want to take a stim pack or something.
Okay. Well, it's only 8 months, so it's probably okay.
And I would say that the android will be monitoring your life signs and all that. So if he sees that you are injured, he'll have them prepared and waiting for you when you wake up.
Yeah, if you need to. I know, John. You were asking about the pathology, if that could help.
What I was going to say is maybe it could take away the disadvantage and they could just roll body straight up, maybe.
So like essentially like you'd be monitoring the cryosleep and just trying to make sure to get them the proper dose of whatever you're pumping into their systems to accelerate their healing, essentially, right? I tell you what,
Right.
I'll let you roll for it. Is anybody else injured? It's only Albright, right? Yeah, I think it's only Albright.
Yeah.
So I am going to call this. So pathology gives you a plus 15, right? Yeah, so it's a plus 15 to yeah, it's just gonna be intellect. So intellect plus 15, John, give it a roll.
Well, shit. I rolled double zeros.
That's a critical success.
Oh, whoa, yay!
99 is a critical failure, 00 is a critical success.
I was fucking sweating it.
So since you've got a critical success, I am going to, not only am I going to give you no disadvantage on your body save, Albright, I'm going to give you advantage. So roll 2 body saves and take the best result. Tell me what you get.
Cool. 82. And 6.
A 6?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's 6, yeah.
What's your body save at? It's high enough. Yeah.
It's 29. But,
29.
It's,
So
it works. 6 works.
mathematically speaking, that would allow you to heal up to 29 points. Wait,
Okay.
no, sorry. Your save is 29, and you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
No, so that would allow you to heal 23 points. Sorry, you heal by the difference that you succeed by.
Okay. Okay, so I'm full. Cool.
Yep, you're so you do manage,
Started.
with the 13's assistance, because without it you would have failed. but with 13's excellent pathology
Guidance.
result, as he's monitoring your cryo bed, yeah, you heal back up to full hit points by the time you arrive and come out of cryo sleep.
Excellent.
So we'll skip the whole coming out of cryo sleep sequence. But does anybody want to take any kind of pills or anything when they come out of it, as you're arriving at and docking at Ypsilon 14?
When I wake up, I'm gonna ask if anyone's got stress pills.
Stress pills. What stress pills?
I'm sorry, it's just to reduce. I don't know. I'm just asking if anyone has drugs, because I don't.
What? Yeah, what's
Got
I
loads of
do.
drugs. So.
I have a plethora of drugs, friends, but none of them will cause you to find your calm. Most of them will hype you up beyond belief to allow you to deal swift death to any of our opponents.
Okay, doctor. Thanks.
It may hurt your brain parts. The soft ones might hurt them.
Pain pills. If you have pain pills, you can ingesting a pain pill immediately lowers your stress by 1. But again, they come with the danger, of course, of addiction too.
Yeah,
I
think I'm fine, guys.
Heal a little damage. So
I've got some pain pills, but it's up to you. Not one to peddle drugs.
do you want to take just 1 pain pill?
Doctor, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would have healed you 7 points of damage, but you don't have any damage. But it does lower your stress by 1 anyway. And since you've only taken 1, we don't have to make a roll for addiction at the moment. It's only like regular use or taking more than 1 in a certain period of time that affect that. I don't know who farted, but
it worked.
Mute your
Thank
mic
you.
next time. Holy crap! Maybe that was just somebody moving in the chair. I don't know. It sounded like somebody ripped a fart though. All right. So now, as you kind of all are, out of your cryo sleep, you've geared up and whatever you wanted, you don't require any kind of suits or anything. This is the station. There might be certain parts of the station that would require suits. There's definitely some parts in the mines, for example, that don't have oxygen. But the habitable the habit what's the word I'm looking for? The inhabited parts of the station all have oxygen and life support, etc. So gravity and life support, So yeah, so you dock up to docking bay 2. There's another ship docked in docking bay 1. Docking bay 1 is occupied. So, but you dock in docking bay 2. And it's a asteroid mining facility. So aesthetically speaking, it's all going to be a bit kind of it's going to have a real industrial kind of look. Not necessarily the cleanest looking place, but this place is a functional workplace. You know, it's not a luxury station or anything of that sort. So, and Sonia will greet you on at well, she's gonna greet you basically over the comms as you arrive and tell you to dock in docking bay 2, which she has authorized. Once you step out of your ship, having arrived, then she opens the airlock and comes out to meet you, and a couple of people from the station staff will come out then and immediately, getting ready to help offload the deliveries and then to load up the cargo, which is going to take several hours. Uh, the offloading won't be so bad, but it's loading the ore that's going to take the most time. So as the airlock opens, Sonia comes out, greets you. She's a tall, um, slender woman, but she's got a certain strength to her. I mean, she runs a mining facility, so she's got blonde hair, kind of pulled back in a loose ponytail. The ponytail comes down maybe about halfway down her back. And yeah, who is the first to meet her?
Unless anybody objects, 13 will be there with the mailbag.
Perfect. Perfect. And she says, welcome to Ypsilon 14, Captain. I'm Sonia, the station manager.
I am Android 13, ship servitor.
Oh, I see. And where is your
Allow
captain?
allow me to introduce myself, Monty Halifax, and I reach my hand out for her to place hers on top of mine.
Oh, you mean like the kind of...
Yeah.
And she just kind of looks at you and gives you an awkward but firm handshake. She tried to turn your hand,
Oh, Sonia.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you the captain?
Yeah, I'm the best pilot.
Very
I'm the
well.
captain, Halifax.
Supervisor Sonia, this is our pilot Halifax.
She looks a little bit confused, but she's like, okay, well.
I'm also a fighter. I fought in the courts a lot.
My crew will take care of the loading and offloading. Don't worry, everyone here can be trusted to handle things with discretion, she says, with a kind of a wink, knowing obviously that you are delivering some contraband, if you want to call it that as well. Says, "Come, I'll take you to the mess hall. I'm sure you would like to refresh yourselves."
Indeed.
Thank you.
So
sounds like a plan.
Going through the airlock then into the workspace. So work boots, clang, and echo. There's heavily used but sturdy working gear stowed in various cubbies. You see overalls, flashlights, short-range radios, handheld mining tools. There are 9 vac suits on wall hooks. There's one space amongst the tools. Like there's one vac suit missing. Actually, there's actually space for 10 vac suits, but there's only 9 hanging on the wall. And also where the various mining tools are stored, you can see there is one of those. Also, one of the wall mounts is empty as well. It looks like it was for a laser cutter. So there's a vac suit and a laser cutter, obviously probably in use somewhere. She says, from here we have access to the crew quarters and the mess hall down this way. Over there is the mine shaft, which you can see. It's basically there's a the floor in one area here opens up into a yawning pit, basically, with a mechanized drill and pump system penetrating deep down into the dark mine shaft. There's a Spartan freight elevator here, obviously for carrying miners to and from the mine entrance. It looks like they're not currently mining. Again, it's a small crew, so probably the crew is all focused at the moment on, you know, your cargo run, your supply run. In one corner, there's a massive generator sitting by an industrial vent and the workspace computer terminal, slowly beeping out lines of data. There's also access to another airlock, like the one you came through, that leads to docking bay 1. You came through docking bay 2. If you look, you can see, yeah, like I said, docking bay 1 is currently, of course, occupied. Even if anybody happens to gander, I imagine somebody will, the workspace computer terminal shows the pickup schedule on display, and it shows that there is a ship docked in docking bay 1 called the Heracles. You can also see the other one. It says 0 credibility, recent arrival. And the next cargo ship is due in about 2 weeks.
Does it say that they're cargo ships? That the Heracles is a cargo ship? Is there any information?
No, it doesn't. Do you want to take a look to try to see what you can see about the Heracles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in on that too. I was curious if we had heard about the Heracles over on Prospero's Dream, if perhaps it also was docked there recently.
Let's see here. The Heracles. I tell you what, I would let Doctors Velke and Albright, because you're both scientists, I'll let you make intellect rolls. You can add rimwise if you have it. But we're going to call it at disadvantage, though, because, you know, if you can make a intellect plus rimwise roll with disadvantage, then you may have heard of the Heracles.
Okay.
Okay. Dreaming big here.
Yeah,
okay.
I make it.
Well, first one was a 2.
Worst is a 59.
Hey, worst was a 36.
Both
I make
successes?
it.
So you both make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've both actually heard of the Heracles before. There is a geologist named Dr. Ethan Giovanni, and he works for the Core Space. What did I call it before? Was it Core Space Corporation? I think. Yeah, Core Space Corporation, the company, the same company that other science vessel, which you guys recently stole and sold, belonged to.
Well, perhaps
Beyond that, you don't know
Doctor.
much else about him. Just that he's a geologist and that he works for Core Space Corp.
Gotcha. Well, perhaps Dr. Albright, we should seek out and converse with one of our colleagues.
Also, you can see on the computer screen there that the Heracles has been docked here for 5 weeks. Oh, almost 5 weeks. Sorry, nearly 5 weeks.
So you guys want to board? You're going to head to the Hercules ship.
Well, I suppose if there's a common, maybe there's some of the crew in it.
I think I might try to get to know some of these miners in the meantime, if you don't object.
Well, yes,
Sure.
Captain. If you don't object to the good doctor and myself taking short leave to reach out to one of our fellow scientists, then yes.
By all means, do as you please.
Sonia says, "Well, yeah, if you want to talk to Dr. Giovanni, I won't try to discourage you. He's been, well, he seems to have kept to himself pretty much. Doesn't really interact with our workers or anything very much. Makes frequent trips down into the mine with various scanners and equipment. Yeah, like I said, he's here doing some research or something for Core Space Corporation.
Very curious. Do you have any
It's
idea what he's hoping to find?
Well above my pay grade.
So, quick guess. So, where would we find him? Below or in the ship?
Or in the mine shaft?
Well, he is currently on his ship.
That's good. The mine shaft was. I was not excited to have to go seek a stranger somewhere in a subterranean mine.
I wasn't so.
Just to add one more thing too, in the opposite corner from where the generator was, there's also a you can see white sheet plastic and sterile lighting marking their semi-permanent med bay. And look at it, you can see they only have the most basic medical supplies, but they do have a makeshift med bay there essentially.
There's no one in it that we can see.
No.
Okay.
So, by all means, if you're familiar with Dr. Giovanni and you wish to speak with him, well, I wish you luck. I hope you have better luck than I have.
13's going to stick with Sonia and ensure that the mail is dealt with, signed off, and then head back to the ship.
Oh, 13, since we are going to seek out Dr. Giovanni, if you wouldn't mind inquiring about other mail delivery jobs that we might be able to load onto the ship on our return trip. It was something that I was going to seek out.
Already arranged, Mr. Velke.
Oh, very good.
Okay. So, if I've got this right, then Velke and Albright are both planning to go over to Docking Bay 2. And Monty, Svalbard, and 13 are currently going with Sonia over towards the mess, yeah?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll ask Sonia if these are Tempest miners.
If they work for Tempest Company? No.
Yeah.
No, Tempest Company is a mercenary company. They don't.
They're probably Teamsters, wouldn't they be?
Yeah, they'd all probably be Teamsters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the same union. But yeah, it'd be
right.
Oh.
And then, quick clarification question from what 13 said. We have already secured an additional return load on top of the ore that we're bringing. We've got another load of mail that we're bringing back to Prospero's Dream.
13 made arrangements for this job and future jobs while y'all were doing rat hunting.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah. Yep. You got a little bit of mail to drop off, and you got a little bit of mail going back. Yep.
Okay, going back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like I said, there's not too many people here, but
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see here. If I look at this, let me see who's who. Who's going to be handling the loading? Okay, well, here's a loader. That's one of them, Kentaro. So one of the guys who's unloading and loading the cargo is a kind of a muscular, kind of dirty looking dude. I don't think he has very good hygiene. And the other one is kind of a let me double check here, make sure I don't misgender this individual. Yeah, the other one is, a smaller, kind of more average sized man. Anyway, the one loader is like a big, bulky, strong guy. The other guy is a little bit more kind of average sized. He's got kind of a friendly smile though as he walks by you, like loading up stuff. And Sonia would probably have introduced them or mentioned, and they probably have name tags anyway. So the big muscular guy's name is Kentaro, and the smaller, friendlier looking guy's name is Morgan. I think I'll just say everybody has name tags on their Teamster overalls. It makes sense. So those are the guys handling the loading. And so now that the party is split, we will go first to. Oh wait, do you have access to the ship? Sorry. So Sonia will go over to the terminal and enter some information, or swipe a key card basically, sorry, and type a couple of things into the keyboard, which then opens up unlocks the airlock for you to go through the airlock over to docking bay 1. And she says, when you need to return, just contact me on the comms, and then I'll be able to unlock the airlock for you to return. She says she basically has control of the airlocks, being the station manager and such. And you can see she's using a special key card in order to do so. So she will take 13 and Svalbard and Halifax over through the quarters, which is basically 10 small individual rooms. You can see the ceiling tiles in this whole section, the quarter section, are all those type that can be very easily removed and stuff for access to the crawl spaces above, etc. There are names on 9 of the rooms. The 10th one is actually, the door is open on that one, and you can see, though, even like, it's probably not on the door, it's probably on the wall beside the door. You can see basically there's no name tag there, and it doesn't look like there has been for some time. But looking in through that into that room, into that small kind of room, you can see there's a bed there that's quite frumpy, and it's not made like a bed. It looks like it's probably being used as a couch. You can see there's like a monitor in there with like an Xbox 1072 or something hooked up to it, and a little portable cassette player recorder sitting next to the bed. Looks like this is probably a room that they use for, just a little bit of entertainment, wind down, whatever. It's their little game room apparently.
I'll try to seat myself next to like a large group.
Well, this is as you pass through the quarters, and then she's
gotcha.
going to take you into the mess. Which we will come back to you on that in a second, because before you get to the mess, Doctors Velke and Albright will go through to docking bay 1. So this is kind of a pain to do this way, isn't it? So let's see, Newt is there. All right, so Dr. Albright and Dr. Velke, which you're in the process of. Did we already arrange that? Did you get your doctorate thing worked out?
We haven't had a
13 has that program set up to do all the things to verify him. He has to do like his correspondence courses or whatever, and then he gets verified.
Yeah. Okay. So
no. I felt like Velke already put like his bullshit degree application in the mail.
Right. Fair enough.
And he's just waiting on the response.
Just waiting on the response. Makes sense.
Yeah, like it'll be, it'll be a doctorate in xenoesotericism or mysticism, with a minor in geology, in the undergrad portion of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
No master's level. It jumps right from undergrad to doctorate. It's not great.
Streamlined.
Very streamlined.
So as you guys go into docking bay 1, you come through the airlock. You can see the Heracles here. It's a relatively small, much smaller than your ship. It actually looks like it's a one-man kind of flying science lab, basically.
I'm going to try and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Knock on the hole, maybe.
Well, yeah, it's probably like a button you press on the comms or something, right?
Really quick, does it look very much like the Lima, I imagine? That ship that we salvaged, air quotes?
It's smaller. Like I said, this is a single-person vessel, a single-man vessel. It's well, how would he handle jumps and cryosleep then? Yeah, I'm saying it's a smaller single-man automated vessel, right? So this was kind of maybe a bit older and stuff too, before androids were as prominent and prevalent as they are. So this is they're not necessarily very popular anymore because people prefer the safety and the security of having an android aboard. But this one is set, where you basically program your jumps, you program your cryo bed, you climb into it, everything's automated. Which, as we've all seen, what happened after Aliens, before Alien 3, it's not necessarily the safest bit, right? So,
Right.
if anything should happen to go wrong while you're in cryo, there's nobody there to deal with it. So, but yes, this is an older kind of thing, but it would be similar to the Lima, maybe in kind of style and markings. Obviously, being a core space corporation ship, maybe older, but similar anyway.
Sure.
Kind of exterior wise, it's relatively clean, but it shows sign of wear and tear. There's a ship that's been around the block for sure. The exterior is kind of that almost gray gunmetal color, and you go up and press the basically the doorbell or whatever you want to call it on the airlock to get aboard the ship, and you get no response.
Bogdan Velky knocks loudly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, there is no response.
Try and use something that I've got on me. I guess whatever piece of equipment is most sturdy, maybe a stun baton or something. Try and rattle on it as well.
Sure. Yep. No problem.
Think policeman's knock. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Still nothing.
No.
Is there an open button for the door? Have we tried pressing that?
Is it open? Yeah.
It is currently locked.
Well, it is
Occupado.
unfortunate. Dr. Albright,
You could
how?
certainly try to hack it.
Well, I do have in my set of tools numerous tools to accomplish numerous tasks related to science. I happen to have something that normally might help with doors and ones that are locked and helping them be open. But how badly do we want to see Dr. Giovanni if he will not open the door?
I'll keep watch.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, I actually don't know how high tech the item lockpick set in my pack is, but I do have a lockpick set.
Oh, right. That's from the.
They're pretty high tech.
Equipment
Yeah,
list.
the excavation. Yeah, it's from the excavation pack.
Lockpick set is a highly advanced set of tools meant for hacking basic airlocks and electronic door systems. Gives you a plus 10% checks, plus 10% check on any, or plus 10% on any check made to do so. So, you don't have a hacking skill though, no?
I do not have the hacking skill now.
Okay.
I've got computers, engineering, scavenging. Those are all
this
the
is going
closely
to
related ones.
be this is going to be your speed plus 10 because of your lockpicking set.
Oof.
And I know
Okay,
speed might
let's
sound
see.
a little weird, but speed also covers all of your, coordination and any kind of physical dexterous things you need to do. So,
Okay.
since you're
Let's see
trying
how
to
this goes.
hack a door lock, I'm assuming, you got to kind of open the panel and fiddle with the wires since you don't actually have a hacking skill. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So let's see. I'm trying to hit a 44. Not great. And I do not hit it.
Okay. So you're what did you
69
roll, by the
though,
way?
huh?
You rolled a
I
69.
rolled a
Okay.
69.
Right.
Nice.
So you're sitting there, you're
Nice.
working away at
Nice.
this, and let's see, it wasn't a critical fail. So yeah, you just get a little shock. You drop your lock pick. Oh, geez.
Hey.
How's it going, Doctor?
It's going great.
And it looks like you may have now shorted out the lock.
It's going great in the sense that I am still in one piece. All of my fingers are attached. The door might be permanently locked now, though.
I come back and have a look, and I guess there's maybe some singe marks or something on the.
Yes, so you're not going to be able to manually now pick the lock. Again, if anybody has hacking, they might be able to hack it through the actual, the programming side of it. But
Hacking is not one of my talents.
We might be screwed then, unfortunately.
Let's go for some
We should.
notices.
You're right. We should just leave.
okay.
Yep.
Well, so that was a little bit of time passed for Velky and Albright. So we'll go back over to Monty and 13 and Newt. You pass through the quarters and into the mess. Hold on. Pull this up here. So the mess hall. It's the communal eating area. You can see there's an automated kitchen unit, which is going to be restocked by some of the cargo which you brought along. There's a cardboard box bed in the corner. And you can see a large ginger cat sleeping in it. He's got a little food and water bowl beside it. Now there are also, as you four, because you have Sonia with you, walk in here. There are also 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 other people in here. And they're all sitting at one table together. So I assume that's the table you want to join, Monty. Although Sonia will first take you over to the automated kitchen unit to see if you want any refreshment, anything to eat or drink.
No, thank you, Sonia. And I'm gonna walk over to the cat and pet it and try to read its collar if it has one.
It does. Its name is Prince. Yeah, as you kind of pet it, it does the cat thing where it kind of stretches out and looks up at you and realizes that you're giving it rubs and it starts to purr softly and kind of roll over a little bit and doesn't look like it's necessarily going to get up, but it seems to be happy for the attention.
I guess I'll stand up and I'll say to that group of the 5 individuals at the table and say, y'all with the Hercules then?
The Heracles.
The Heracles, I'm sorry.
They're all wearing Teamster overalls, and they'll just kind of look at you and laugh. And so let me describe these real quick. So one of them is a gentleman of kind of like an Arabic complexion and look, with the beard and his name tag on his thing says Ashraf. There is another one who is uh, a Caucasian man, bald-headed, looks like he works out too much. His name tag says Dana.
Can you adjust your mic a little bit?
Yes, thank you. Better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You got that last description though, yeah?
Yeah, Dana.
Yep. Then there's another one whose name tag says Jerome. He looks quite tall. He's got kind of messy reddish hair, and a bit of a kind of a mischievous look on his face. But he also looks a little bit kind of like he's looking at you all kind of nervously, a little bit like
You
he
said he
might be
was
on
a ginger?
edge. Yeah, yep, he's a ginger.
He laughed at me?
And his name tag is Jerome. Yeah, he just kind of chuckles nervously when you say that. And
Hey, Jerome.
Would you want to let me finish describing the other two?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Then there's another one, another guy who's pretty much bald on top, but he's got that that little rim of hair around the sides and back, um, and he's got a pretty decent sized beard going on him. Looks like he's probably trying to compensate for the hair that's faded away from the top of his head by growing more on his face. Um, he also he's the one who's going to reply to you when I finish these descriptions. And then there's one more who's a woman of Asian um, ethnicity. She's quite small and she's got an impish kind of look on her face. As the one with the name tag Morgan, who kind of puts a hand over on Jerome's arm as Jerome's chuckling and says, "No, no, we're mining staff. I'm Morgan. This is," and you can see the name tags. This is Rie, Rie. That's the Asian woman. Um, Jerome here is one of our driller assistants. Dana here is the head driller, the big muscular bald guy, and Ashraf is one of the breakers here. In fact, I think he's the only breaker, and Ashraf's our breaker.
How long have y'all
I'm
been?
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna pull up a chair.
Cool. You
I'm gonna
guys,
I'm gonna I gesture towards Jerome as if I'm doing the or any of them with the Teamsters handshake. See if anybody takes me up on that.
it's what was the handshake? Was that just a specific? Was that
Oh, it's
specific
just
to a
a
union or was it
Teamster.
just a
Yeah,
Teamster thing? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
it's a Teamster thing.
Yeah, they all will then. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was specific to the
I
union or not. Um,
I mean, my question to them is pulling up is what keeps the 10 of you out here from going crazy? What do you get up to that the 10 of you don't go nuts? There's 10 of you, right?
well, yeah, if you count Prince over there,
Oh, okay.
he says you might want to be careful over there. He says to Monty, he says if you keep doing that, he's gonna follow you around everywhere crying for food. And he just kind of smiles.
Sorry about earlier. I'll do the Teamster handshake. Forgive me. I'm actually a mercenary, so people find me kind of aggressive.
Ah, right. You guys are obviously from the credibility.
That's right.
Oh, we're glad to see you. We were almost out of coffee over there off the kitchen unit.
Well, I think we got stuff that'll keep you up longer than coffee.
Fair
How
enough.
deep are these mines anyway?
Mining work is hard stuff. How deep is the mine? Oh, it goes down pretty deep. It's about 10-minute ride down on the elevator down to the current working tunnels.
Y'all ever
Yeah,
run into anything out of the ordinary?
Well, just the typical space stuff. Nothing too horrible. Are you going over to the table now, or are you still petting the cat?
I'm like standing between the cat and the table.
Okay. And what about 13? Where are you, 13? Sonia's getting a cup of coffee from the kitchen unit.
13 will be standing there awkwardly.
Just kind of looking at everybody.
Yep. Just mugging everybody with that nice broad smile that he always has.
Just being a creepy replicant motherfucker. Yep. Cool.
Right. And just out of respect for the mission and so forth, he would be wearing clothes today.
Fair enough. So, well, I've introduced all of us, and you've obviously already met our manager, Sonia, there. Best manager in the rim. He kind of winks at her, and she just kind of chuckles. So, you have us at a disadvantage. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Monty Halifax, and I'm into flying and fighting.
Newt Svalbard, chief engineer of the Zero Credibility.
Oh, very good. And, oh, he's an android, isn't he?
Android
He just
13,
seems to
ship
realize
servitor at your service.
It's okay. We still love him.
Android 13. Oh, you don't mind if I call you Teen for short, do you?
I do not mind being called 13 at all.
13. Yeah, life's all about compromise.
Indeed.
Well, if there's time, he says, I used to do a little bit of spacing myself. I'd love to have a look at your ship if possible. Nothing under the hood, of course, Mr. Svalbard. Just like to maybe get a little tour, have a little walk around.
I was heading back
we-
to the ship right now, as a matter of fact, if you would like to follow me.
Oh, well,
Sure.
sure. I
Oh,
mean,
let's come on
it's
along. We'll show you around.
Ian, did Sonia ask us to did she allow what did she allow us to carry?
what do you mean to carry?
Like no weapons,
Oh no, I mean like you can
laser
carry your weapons.
cutters.
I mean, how suspicious do you want to look? I mean, are you walking around with like pulse rifles and stuff, or?
I
I guess
think
it's a
like
good
the
question.
SMG I
Let's
could
cover
have
it
under
now.
my arm.
Yeah, you could have the SMG in like a holster.
Okay.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Can I have my laser cutter slung over my back in a case?
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
it's a
Yeah,
mining place.
yeah,
You never know
absolutely.
when somebody might need some help.
Yeah, I was just trying to look up
Okay.
real quick to see how big the laser cutter was again, real quick. But yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good,
I
good.
think it's like shotgun sized, isn't it? If I recall correctly.
Yep. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You can have that slung over your back.
Yep.
In the safety case, so that it doesn't accidentally discharge and pierce the walls
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
Forgive me if this subject is a little sensitive, but did you guys lose somebody recently? Is that the 10th?
And they all kind of like look at each other as Morgan's just finishing his drink. Looks like he was drinking some kind of maybe that's you know what? It's a Cadre Cola. Of which you have a nice restock of coming in from the supplies of aboard your ship. But he's like kind of drinking his Cadre Cola as you say that. And he kind of chokes like halfway as you say that. And he says, oh, wait a minute. He's like, how did you? And just as he says, how did you? Sonia's turning away from the automated kitchen unit with her coffee in hand. And suddenly she screams horribly as you see the entire arm holding the cup of coffee just disappear all the way up to the shoulder. And then blood starts spraying out of the shoulder as you know it you don't see any sign of the arm or the coffee or anything. You just now see basically it looks like her arm has been ripped off, but you have no idea where the arm has gone. And blood is spraying out of it, and everybody starts freaking out. Um,
13 will rush forward and apply immediate pressure, lay her to the ground, and put on a tourniquet.
well, give me, let's call everybody make a speed check. Who's in this room at the moment? This is just before Dr. Velke
Yeah. Okay.
and Albright will be coming
All
off
right.
here.
Speed's one of our stats, right?
Yes.
Yep. You make a
I'm
speed check.
looking
This
it
is
up.
the initiative. Anybody who succeeds on the
Yeah,
speed.
Fail.
I got a 12, so I'm
Okay,
good.
you're good.
26. Well, I've got a 39 speed, so I'm good.
78.
Okay, so Monty is the only one who failed. So 13, you're running over and trying to grab her and bring her down to the ground to start and try to apply pressure to the wound.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I won't make you make any roll for the moment. So you just at the moment you're just getting her down and you're in the process of starting to begin. What's that called? Uh,
Tourniquet.
right. That's not what I meant. But yeah. There's a term for it when you're trying to immediately
Triage.
Take care. Triage. Thank you. That's the word. That's exactly the word. So you're getting ready to start triage, pulling her down to the ground. What about you, Newt?
I'm going to move back. I'm moving away from everybody
Back
and
towards
putting
the
my
door,
hand
back to the crew quarters.
and putting my hands on my laser cutter. I'm not pulling it out, but my hands are going over my shoulder, and they're going to grasp it, ready, right?
Excellent.
So I'm moving back to where against the doorway. I'm just
Excellent.
prepared. If anybody makes a move, then that's it. Okay.
John,
Yes.
call high or low.
Before you do that, I had a question.
Yeah.
The foam gun, just as a thought, would he be able to like dial it down to 1 so it only puts out a small amount and he could seal the wound with the foam gun?
Like using the foam gun as an emergency triage device?
As a to seal the wound completely.
That would require a special modification, but
You don't think it has a dial on it? That's what I was asking.
no.
Okay.
I think it's designed to do exactly what the rules say it does. But if you wanted to have modified it, we could say you had plenty of time back on the station while everybody else was running around doing stuff. I would let you make a roll to see if you were able to do so.
With his jury rigging?
That would be perfect. So it would be jury rigging plus intellect.
Fortunately, he
Really
has,
playing to your strengths here, John, actually.
that's what I'm trying to do so.
It's good.
All right. Intellect is 54 and jury rigging gives him 15.
Yep, so you're rolling for a 69 or better.
56. So,
okay, then yes, you have done so. Absolutely. Now, high or low?
I will say low.
So in this case, then I'll say maybe instead of bringing her to the ground, you ran over, pulled up your foam gun, and have immediately like started to seal the wound so she won't bleed to death. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what you've done, and you said low.
Low.
Okay. Now, pull this up here. There it is. All right. This is an opposed roll, so roll an armor save, John, for 13, please.
Okay, that was not a success. He has a 33 armor and I rolled a 55.
Excellent.
Oh, excellent. Cool.
Or not so excellent, depends how you look at it.
Okay. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Roll a second one, please.
Stand by. A 03.
Okay. So you do get slashed with something, and it leaves marks across your chest, like claw marks. Although you don't see anything, you definitely felt it. That did 8 points of damage.
All right.
And make one more roll, please. Armor
8.
save.
Stand by. 36, and I have a 33, so I failed.
Oh.
Unless I can apply some luck or something.
Okay, and then something bumps into you. Something relatively large, again, completely invisible, but there's definitely something there, and you fall to the ground, and you're now laying prone.
Can he bring Sonya down with him to bring her down comfortably, even if he uses himself as a shield?
Make a speed roll.
A 37, and his speed's a 59.
Yes, you drag her down with you. Because you were
Very
already
good.
holding on to her anyway, doing triage.
Right.
So yes, you pull her down. You both go prone. And whatever like bumped into you is also on the ground with you, not on top of you, but you feel it and kind of hear it hit the ground as well. The other miners, I think there were 5 more of them in this room.
Can he say anything soliloquy wise, or does that require an action?
Yeah, you can say anything.
It's an invisible threat. There's some sort of monster, some invisible threat.
Perfect.
Warning.
There's
warning.
5. There's 5 of those people.
Yes.
Yeah, hit
so they are.
That's a great target for your foam.
They are freaking out. One of them runs over to the computer terminal on the wall by the door and hits a button, and like red lights start flashing, and a klaxon starts sounding. He's obviously hit the alarm. I'll say that was Morgan. Yeah, he's got it together. Morgan ran over and did that. Ashraf is kind of cowering, trying to get under the. No, it doesn't have to try. He's cowering under the table that they were all sitting at. Dana, the big muscular guy, is rushing over to assist his manager, who is now down on the ground with this android and wounded. Jerome is also under the table with Ashraf. Katara and Morgan are not here. Rie is just, we'll see. She's like, she failed her sand roll, basically. She's like just still sitting there, like half of or a fork full of food up halfway up to her mouth, and her jaw is just agape, like she's just stunned with horror at what's going on. Oh, I forgot one of these. There should have been 1, 2, 3.
There was Jerome.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Morgan wasn't even supposed to be here. I fucking got that mixed up. Okay, well, I'm going to switch this around. As I said, Morgan was here. Kentaro is loading with Rosa. I'm just going to switch the roles.
Right.
Makes sense. Because I fucked that up. So earlier when I said Morgan and Kentaro were loading the ship, it's actually Kentaro and Rosa doing so. So, so in this case, then now Morgan, he is. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? He is running over and grabbing the cat and scooping it up. And we go to the next round. So I'm going to put everybody on screen again, even though you're in different locations, because now everybody's going to be
Wait,
aware.
Monty
but
didn't act.
Monty
but
Oh, yeah,
didn't
sorry,
act
Monty.
yet.
Yeah, Monty, you go. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Go for
I
it.
would have wanted to pick up the cat.
Well, Morgan has already picked up the cat.
Okay. So I would run out, I guess. I would try to run out of here and say,
Okay.
I'll get the doctors.
Okay, so you run out to the crew quarters. And you go into the crew quarters chamber, the crew quarters section. Doctors Velke and Albright, as you're heading over to press the button, the comms button to request the airlock be open so you can return. All of a sudden, red lights start flashing and alarm starts blaring. There's a red alert on the station. What do you guys want to do?
So does that open up things or keep things locked down? Or?
Well, do you want to check? Do you want to check on the terminal? Give me a computers check. No, you know what? I won't make you make it. Yeah, I will make you make a computers check. Give me a computers plus intellect.
Can we both do that?
At the same time, not really. No.
I don't have any computers, but
It's only one terminal.
63. Yeah, that's fixed. 12. Got a 63 intellect.
Yeah, you succeeded, right?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So what that has done, the alarm is blaring. It has unlocked all of the doors, within the station, except for the airlocks, which are locked down, and the docking bays, which are also locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on the other side of
Yes,
an airlock, right?
you are, unfortunately. You're on the side of the airlock with the Heracles still.
We may need your exceptional hacking talents again, Doctor.
And under pressure this time. Oh, okay. I can try again, but this time for my life. This is good. Yeah, I guess I'm going to try to hack through. Is there a similar kind of interface I feel like I can engage with my lockpicking set on this airlock, or is it more of a manual shutdown that can't be dealt with from here?
Manual lockpick. Yeah, no, you can still try it. You can still try it. Yep. So what did I
Okay.
say before? It was speed plus
Plus 10 for the lockpicking
for the
set.
lockpicking set. Yep.
Let's see if I do better this time. Oh no, that's an 88
An 88.
on a 44.
Critical
Yep.
failure.
Mm-hmm.
So as a critical failure, you're trying to you get a jolt. You're going to take 3 points of damage, and you're thrown back about 10 meters and land prone. In fact, I'll say you're thrown back about 10 meters, because that's like 30 some feet. You slam up against the Heracles, and you don't fall prone. You just kind of land on your ass, leaning up against the Heracles, right?
Lovely. How much damage did I take?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah, the damage wasn't too severe. I rolled a d10. I wasn't gonna make it.
Do
I wasn't gonna kill you.
you need medical assistance, Doctor?
No, I think I'm okay. I do not think I can get through this door.
Now, everybody roll initiative. So everybody make a speed check. You don't have to tell me if you passed or failed, really, because we'll just call it out as we go. So everybody make a speed check. And now, yeah, anybody who passed may take an action before the invisible monster gets to take an action.
Okay, I made mine. Right
Okay,
on the
so
button.
you can go, Svalbard. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm looking at. I mean, 13's on the ground, right?
13's on the ground
her
with the manager, who's he has
Manager,
just
and we know, and the creature somewhere there, invisible or whatever it is.
well,
I mean, to me,
you
it's
assume so. You don't see anything, but you can assume so based on what 13 said.
and how he fell down. And got
Exactly. Yeah.
his clothes torn. Something's attacking him. That
Hmm.
I mean, to me, I'm yelling out like, hit it with your foam gun, because even if you don't stick it to the ground, you give me a target.
Well, sure.
Clever. 13.
Right?
Did you pass your speed test?
Yeah, I was going to do it first, but he'd already piped up that he was going to do something, so I was waiting for him to finish.
That's
Okay.
what I'm going to shoot it. If you
13's going to go first, and he's going to use his foam gun to. You said he could hear it breathing or feel it next to him.
Well,
So
you definitely felt it next to you. You heard it. You heard it as it hit the ground next to you. Yeah.
if there's any way to do the quick thumb dial, spin it back up, and then spray the foam next to him wherever the creature was last.
Yep.
Make a combat roll at disadvantage. Because
So roll it twice and tell you the highest.
Yeah, because you are prone.
All right, a 31 and
on
a 15. Stand by. I don't know what my combat is. I'm just an android. Combat is 35.
Okay, so it's a
Good.
success.
So 1 success.
So you blast it with the foam gun, and let me double check this here. Foam gun.
I have it written down.
Body or instinct save to avoid. All right.
Being stuck, right?
Yeah, let me give it a save. Nope. You hit it. Foam covers 1 square meter. Okay, cool. So this foam like hits something and spreads out over like a 3 by 3 foot area. The creature is obviously bigger than that, because the foam doesn't even hit the ground or the wall or anything. It's just, but you can definitely see the foam, and it's got some kind of a strange, almost like the side of a giant beach ball kind of shape to it, to whatever, as the foam has taken place, right? And
That's exactly what I
can
needed.
you can fire Svalbard, because now that gives you can kind
That's
of
what I
see where it
say.
is.
I say, thanks, 13. You gave me a target. Gave
So
me
now
a
you
beach.
can shoot it without
I'm going to
disadvantage.
shoot this fucking beach ball. Okay. All right, my combat's
So
33.
combat. Oof, Jesus.
Not good. Okay. 29. 29. So it's a hit.
29 hits. Okay, excellent. Roll your damage.
God, I don't even know what the laser cutter does.
Oh, laser cutter does a D100. It's a good thing you hit too, because had you missed, you could have actually.
Oh,
You could have
Killed
actually.
Really?
everyone in the
You could have killed everybody. You
It,
could have
it's a
decompressed the entire vessel.
D100.
Yeah, D100
70,
percentile.
72.
72. Okay. Wow. So you fire this laser gun, whoosh, and you see it. It cuts right through some of the hardened foam. That doesn't blow it off. It just cuts like right through it. 13, you and Sonia are like splashed and sprayed with this kind of like teal colored liquid that looks like it's probably some kind of blood. It is warm. Um, and there's a horrible like screeching sound that comes from the creature. It must be. Um, it sounds kind of um, like nails on chalkboard run through a mega amplifier, right? Um, Pretty horrifying. And I forgot, of course, to do this earlier, and I should have, but now is an appropriate time. I would like
Oh,
you,
right.
I would like you all to make fear
Hmm.
saves because everybody knows there's some shit going down.
Right. Okay. My fear is 43 and 33. Oh my God. I'm having a good day. I made my fear check.
as did 13.
Monty got a 99.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
Svalbard and 13, you each gain 1 stress. Monty, you
Yep.
gain 10 stress. And Monty, you need to make an immediate panic check. So again, just to make sure I do this
Okay,
right.
so as a Teamster, I can re-roll on the panic effect table.
On the panic effect table, you can. But a panic check, first thing you do is make a stress check. So
Oh,
roll 2d10.
sure. Okay. So the first one's a 10. 13, and my stress is 13.
Okay. So you will panic. Roll 2d10 again for your and add what is your current stress? 13. So roll 2d10 plus 13.
Okay, I got 8 plus 13.
It's 21.
That's 21. But I have
Okay.
2 resolve.
So the result on that, oh yes, right. So that goes down to 19. So that would be overwhelmed. You'll gain a d10 stress. You can roll again.
Okay. So
And
I can re-roll as a Teamster.
you can re-roll. So and then I'll let you choose between the two. So you're either going to be overwhelmed, means you're going to gain another d10 stress, or
And okay.
roll your
I'm doing
second one.
2d10 right now.
Yeah, it's basically 2d10 plus 11, right? Since you have 2 resolve. So
14.
14. Or you can hallucinate for the next 2d10 hours, which means you will have trouble distinguishing between reality and
No.
fantasy. Which one do you prefer? Hallucinating or just being overwhelmed with stress?
I'm gonna take the. I was running towards the doctors. I'm probably gonna curl into a ball and start crying just here, I guess.
Okay, so you're overwhelmed. So you gain 3 more stress. You're now up to 16 stress. And Doctors Velke and Albright, I need you also to make fear saves. Because you're not in the room with the monster attack going on, but you know that something's going wrong, and you're now locked in here. And Velke has just been shot 30 feet across the docking bay by by crossing the wrong wires as he was trying to hack the airlock. So something ain't right. Give me a stress check, or sorry, a fear save. Fear save.
Fear.
Nope.
Yes, 3. Past that.
So Dr. Albright, you're keeping your cool about you. You don't gain any stress with the current situation. Dr. Velke, you gain 1 point of stress. Not as
Okay.
severe because you're not in the room with an invisible like man-eating monster. So just 1 point.
Gotcha.
Okay, who else passed their speed check? We've had 13 and Svalbard have already gone. Monty, you failed again your speed check, is that right?
Oh, okay. Let me do another one.
Did you do one? You did one for this round, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, I did one this round, and I got stressed out.
A speed test? Speed test was for the initiative. This was the second round of combat.
Oh, I failed the speed.
Okay, cool, good. That's what I need to know. Okay, who ran out of the room? It was
Monty.
yeah, Monty ran out of the room, right? So Monty's freaking out, and so
I ran by their quarters or
yeah,
whatever.
you ran out into the quarters, and then you just kind of cowered down up against one of the walls or something. Yeah, and we're freaking
Yeah, I
out.
have my gun out, but yeah, I'm freaking out.
Okay, so as you're doing so, um, you hear, and actually, yeah, like you hear a sound as if something large is rushing through the room, and then suddenly you see one of those easily removable ceiling tiles here in this particular area in the quarters area, like just smash up with a crashing sound as something crashes through it. You assume.
Can I shoot at it?
Um, yeah, sure. You can shoot it. I'm going to give you a disadvantage. So combat roll at disadvantage.
Combat plus military training.
Correct. Yes. So combat plus 10. But
Oh, 16.
did you roll with disadvantage? Did you roll twice?
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Sorry.
That's okay.
29.
29. Okay. That's probably still a success, right?
Yeah, my combat is a 29 with military.
And you rolled a 29 exactly?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, that is a success. So roll your damage. This is your SMG, right?
Yeah, 29.
Cool. Excellent. 29. And you did 70 odd. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So you blast and you see more of this like tealish kind of colored like blood spray, and it sprays all over the ceiling, and some of it drops down on the floor as you now hear crashing sounds as something seems to be running through the crawl space above. Um, the back to the other crew members who were all freaking out. Ashraf is still under the table with who was it? Jerome. They're both under the table, and so basically what they do is they reach up and grab Rie, who's still just kind of freaked out and almost like what's the word? Almost not catatonic, but yeah, she's like just paralyzed in fear. They reach up, grab her, and drag her little ass under the table with them. Morgan has the cat, and he's now kind of like he was going to run for the quarters to try to get out of this room. However, after seeing what has just happened, and you could probably even see a bit of a trail of blood from this thing leading out, he just has taken. He's changed his mind and is now just backed up against the wall and kind of crouched down by the cat's bed. Um, and who does that leave? Rosa's loading, Kantaro's loading. Oh, Dana. Right. Dana had rushed over and he's now helping the captain to her feet. Or not the captain, sorry, the manager, Sonia, to her feet. Um, and checking to make sure she's all right. He sees the bleeding has stopped, but she's in shock. He's trying to calm her down and trying to bring her out of her shock. But he's not a doctor. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So he looks like he's about to slap her. But and yeah, Monty, you had failed, but you got to take your action. Um, the monster seems to have left. Dr. Velke, you can pick yourself up off the ground if you like, or not if you wish to stay sitting up against the Heracles.
No, I'll get up. Have we heard any chatter about what's actually going on over our comms?
Nobody's activated the comms and the intercom system. Nobody's activated the intercom yet either. You just know that there's some kind of a red alert. Dr. Albright, were you going over to check on Velke, or were you do something else?
Yeah, I'd probably go over and give him a hand up.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Thank
so you
you.
kind of helping him up. He doesn't look badly hurt or anything, no, just a little bruised. I think I rolled 3 damage, nothing too severe.
Mm-hmm.
He's not sure. I imagine just your doctor instincts. You kind of check. Nothing seems to be broken. There's no bleeding or anything. He doesn't have any serious wounds. Really call it like a trauma check. You don't see any. Uh, his eyes are probably a bit wide, and his hair is probably standing up a bit on end.
Yeah.
Because
He
he's
should
just received a nasty little shock. But
you should check maybe practice on some of the doors in the ship. Maybe.
Right. That would be a good idea. I'm going to collect myself very quickly, Dr. Albright. Can you reach out, signal the crew, find out what's going on and what we should be, I don't know, worried about, trying not to get murdered by, trying not to get sucked out into space by, whatever is going on.
Very, very good idea, Doctor.
excellent. So as
So I'll
you
reach
go
out. Yeah.
back over to the terminal to activate the comms, before we go into what else happens next, let's take a quick bio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I have a new goal for this entire campaign to successfully hack one fucking door. Just one? Any single fucking door will do.
Keep in mind, you're not really hacking. You're trying to lockpick.
Right.
It is hacking of a sort. I know what you mean.
Would jury rig be
Well, I
good for
thought,
that?
I'm
would
just
it be?
pedantic. With jury rigging, no.
Okay.
But yeah, bio break. Oops, shit. Cool. That escalated quickly, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Hmm. So it looks like we're probably going to go a little bit after 8 tonight.
Yeah, a little bit, but hopefully not too much.
Right on.
We did start
We
about 20
only
minutes late because of the pre-game discussion.
we only need enough time for 13 to get back to the ship and engage the drive.
Get back to the ship or what?
And engage the drive.
Have we been loaded up?
No,
It
you haven't
doesn't
even,
matter.
you haven't even been fully unloaded yet.
See, I do not want to die, but at the same time, I don't know how fast time is passing. I guess maybe it's only been a couple days or so since we got back to Prospero's dream. But like, we got to start raking in money, right? Like this job was gonna get us 500,000, and we have monthly payments upward of 1,000,000 credits, right?
Monthly payments of over 16 or 60
We
million credits.
paid
Anyway,
we
yeah.
Sorry.
paid we paid like 2 months in advance originally.
No.
Did we?
Did you? No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I think
It
you
was
paid
We-
discussed. I don't believe that we actually did.
Let me
We
double check.
paid
Let
for
me
at
double
least
check the math.
1 month.
I know you
We
paid
paid for at
16
least
million.
one. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I said my piece. It's good. Let me double check
Yeah.
something here. 950 million. Oops, I fucked that up. 950 divided by 16. Yeah, you paid 1 month.
1 month. That's right. We were talking about multiple months and ended up paying one.
Yep. And I mean, I guess in a pinch we could take up a collection amongst the crew that is
millionaires
still
on
very
board.
rich. Yeah, the millionaires on board. I would
Yeah.
certainly not be against that, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. If we have to. Jeez.
we can't. I mean, we took home really not anything off of that job in the choke, and then now if we botch this 500,000 credit job, I don't know. I just feel like we got to start getting that 16 mil that we need for the next month.
Yeah, but if we can kill this thing, couldn't we sell it to the people we
Muto station.
Yeah, Muto.
Can we try to take it? But I bet you that'll get us a hell of a lot more money.
And Invisible Monster.
Well, not so invisible now that it's bleeding like a leaking
Right.
ship.
That's true. You think you probably could. You probably could trail it. Could track it.
Oh, I'd say, and if anybody's got a biometric scanner or something like that,
I do.
Between that and just using our eyes, I'm sure.
Oh, I have a bioscanner too.
Yeah, anyone that took excavation pack has a bioscanner.
Has anybody got infrared goggles?
Anyone that took an
Yes,
excavation pack
yes,
has
I
infrared
have-
goggles.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So yes on both counts.
Those might help too.
Damn it.
We can track this thing. We can put it in foam. We can sell
If
it.
it bleeds, we
can
can kill it.
Yeah,
we got
I've got it. I've got the excavation kit as well, so I'm good with the goggles too.
Yeah, I can
And it's
infrared goggle
using-
bioscanner up.
I mean, you'd have
Or-
to think it's
Think
lost.
smarter, not harder.
It's definitely
Or-
lost a significant amount of blood already. You'd say you think you
Oh,
probably
yeah.
damaged it pretty badly.
Yeah, I'd say it's time to turn this mission into a bug hunt.
Yep.
Said the postman.
Yeah, it's like it's
He always comes twice.
I mean, we've got a ton of fuel too. We could theoretically capture this thing, calm things down on this on Epsilon 14, get the load of ore that we're going to get loaded up with, which is not contraband. We don't have to worry about carrying that. And instead of heading right back to Prospero's Dream, we jet out to Muto Station right away with the thing we captured.
Isn't there another factor in play here, which is this must be owned by a mining company or something? I mean, aren't they going to be happy if they hear that we've eliminated an alien threat in their mining? That seems like there'd be something, and Sonia can
Very
tell
good.
us all
You would
this.
think they would be pretty happy, yeah, that you saved their operation and
Yeah.
True.
How much is that worth?
I'd have.
And how big is this thing again? Now that we've shot it and it's bled a lot, do we have a sense of how big it is?
You can't tell. It's
Okay.
bigger. It's bigger than 3 feet
A bread
square, or at
box.
least it was. But yeah,
Yeah, the beach ball.
Okay.
a
So we
giant.
could also jam this thing in a cryotube.
Well, let's see what happens to it.
Or we sell it for parts. I mean,
Yeah, we get. I just know that if we can bring this thing to Muto Station alive, I'm sure it'll be worth a ton of money.
how in the fuck are we gonna do that?
If it's big enough to fit in a cryotube, we put it in a cryotube. I don't know.
No, I mean, how are we gonna capture it alive? That's the question.
You don't think it's going to fit in a cryotube because you think it's probably bigger than a person. So
I appreciate the enthusiasm. that
I
you
saw
think-
it jump into the ceiling. I don't think anyone else has seen anything.
Right. I just appreciate the enthusiasm that you think you're going to live.
I mean, I don't know. This it just seems like the most interesting thing to do with the story, as opposed to like, let's get back on the ship and safely get away.
Well,
Yeah,
y'all don't know what's happening either.
I'm aware of this. We're on bio break. I'm just talking, as a player, not a character.
yeah, this is just
Yeah,
just meta
Yeah,
chat,
yeah,
which I'm
yeah,
fine
yeah.
with. Totally fine with. It's a game at the end of the day. It's not
Indeed.
a simulation.
I'm totally happy about getting back on the ship.
No, I mean, how much damage did you do with that submachine gun?
I did like 29 or something.
And I
Between the
did
two of you,
72, about
between the two of you
100
Holy
combined, you've
damage,
shit.
done like 100 points
Holy
of damage
shit.
to it. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
right?
I'm just wondering if it's linked
I'm
to
keeping track of my ammo too.
Giovanni.
I don't have a whole lot left.
Almost certainly. I'm tempted to take another swing at opening it. Well, I guess no, we locked his door, so we wouldn't be able to open it. I just feel like he's definitely involved in this.
Is there
Yeah.
not some other sort of hatch or something, some access to
I'm
the
happy
ship?
to take my laser cutter back and cut the door
I also
off
have the
ship.
lock-picking tools also.
Oh yeah, I have a laser
I
cutter.
was
I
going
can
to
just try
try
to
to
cut his
use
door
those.
off.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You could cut through the door.
And I'd say if you've blown the lock on it, like that it's not useful anymore, we'll actually be saving him by extracting him from his own ship that he's locked inside of, thanks to the
Hmm.
doctor.
We
Yeah.
could have
Unless
noticed,
he is the alien.
you know.
Oh well, then we'll have another ship.
Hell yeah.
Another stolen Space Corporation ship.
Oz, another science ship to be taken.
Yeah.
I say we're going full pirate now.
Excellent. Okay. Now I'm back. Oh, actually, hold on. I'll put those back. It's fucking cold. Put my shoes back on. Fucking the only problem with having hardwood floors is that they don't stay very warm.
And they're hard.
Wow. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
The
When I
bones
lived in Canada, the heater was through the floor.
Nice.
We have yeah.
Okay. I am back. Everybody back?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roger, Roger.
Nice. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. So, I will go first. So, Dr. Albright, you go over to the comms, and as you go to activate the comms, the intercom actually comes on, and you can hear somebody. All of you can hear because it's the station-wide intercom. What the hell is going on over there? We've been locked in docking bay 1. We haven't even finished unloading the ship yet. What's going on? What's the red alert? Please respond. Back in the mess hall, um, realizing that Sonia is indeed still alive, although she's missing an arm up to the shoulder. Dana, the big baldy guy, walks over, and he flips on the comm and says, "Some kind of attack. The Sonia's been hurt, but the zero credibility crew seems to have wounded whatever it was, and it's run away. Um, hold on, I'll see if I can find Sonia's key card and unlock the docking bays, unlock the airlocks. Sonia she's alive, but she is in shock. And yeah, she does have her lanyard on with her key card. So he'll come over to grab that. Dr. Albright, did you want to say anything since you are at the comms as well?
Yeah, I just wanted, when he said, mentioned something, I wanted more detail on that, but if he's gone.
You can ask. No, it's intercom. It's open.
Okay, yeah, I'd just like to ask about some sort of creature that we're
And
dealing with.
Dane will say, who's speaking? Who is that?
This is Dr. Albright from the Zero Credibility. We're locked in, where's it, Docking Bay 2? Is it?
Docking Bay 2? what do you, never mind, there's no time. Yeah, there's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of invisible creature or something. It it wounded Sonia, and um, I think it might have damaged your android as well. I'm not sure, but it seems to have been gone now. It fled through fled through the crew quarters, as far as I can tell. There's blue blood everywhere.
So would I, recognize anything
No,
from that
no,
description
no.
through my newly acquired
Nope,
xenobiology
because
skills?
out of character. It's some unknown alien creature or whatever that yeah.
Okay,
But no.
interesting. Okay.
13, what are you doing? You haven't done anything besides
If he
shooting
has
with your.
already established that the tourniquet of foam has taken place,
It
he would
has,
go
yeah.
ahead and treat for shock.
Okay. So you begin treating her for shock. Um, would
Guessing
pathology cover shock?
pathology.
Yeah, I think it would. Um, yeah, you can go ahead and give me an intellect plus pathology roll. I think you're at
Stand
69
by.
again, right?
44.
Oof. Yeah, you
Ooh.
snap her out of it like almost right away. You have like maybe some kind of smelling salts or something that you're able to kind of bring her to, um, something along those lines anyway. And she's like, what, what was that? Here,
He's
and she
going to go.
pulls off her key card and hands it to Dana. Get get them out of
Yeah.
there.
He's going to go through the process of evaluating her with, what's your name, where you're located, do you remember what happened last, the whole thing to establish whether she's there or not.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, Sonia McDuff, station manager for Ypsilon 14 for Minespace Mining Company. Core Space Corporation and Minespace Mining Company. Yeah, yeah, why not? I've established a theme. I'll roll with it.
Manager Sonia, you seem to have been attacked as well as I have been by
Yeah,
some sort
yeah.
of
I noticed my
invisible,
fucking arm is off.
right? Some sort of invisible creature. There probably will be more than one. What are your protocols for lockdown?
Well, I have to. The ships are all locked down until I deactivate the alarm. Dana can do that. But yeah, um, yeah, Dana, unlock the docking clamps as well. So Dana's swipes with her card and he's typing some stuff into the keypad. Oh, by the way, did I remember to turn my? Yeah, okay, good. So I want to make sure I didn't leave it on break screen. So he's typing some stuff in, and so the klaxon stops. The red lights are still there's still the flashing red lights mixed in with the regular station lights. So the station is still under a red alert, but the klaxon is stopped. The airlocks, both airlocks unlock as well, and since Velky and Albright are in docking bay 2, you can also hear the sound of the docking clamps being released and the bay door locks being unlocked, so that the ships can once again depart.
Managers, Sonia, I would recommend that you make a general station announcement for all personnel to meet in one spot so that we can get a head count.
Yeah, defensible position. Th- this is probably the safest place. There's really only a couple of ways in here, through the vents and through the quarters. So everybody gather at the mess hall. We need to get everyone together in one place. Everybody report to the mess hall immediately. Where's your
Monty
man?
just says to himself, "Fuck
Where,
this."
where's your pilot? The door is still open between the quarters and the mess, so I mean, you could probably
I'm
Okay.
trying to
hear
reach the
this.
doctors still.
Couple of questions for
Okay.
Sonia.
So
So they were uncomfortable about talking about this 10th person who I'm guessing disappeared, and now I'm guessing she knows, everyone knows it's whatever this creature was. Um, and I wonder if it's gone back down into the mining hole. I wonder if that's where it's come from. I wonder if this is a creature that's been somehow you've stumbled upon it or unleashed it from inside this. What is it? It's an asteroid. Are they on or something?
yeah, it is a massive asteroid with this mining station built into it.
So, because this thing retreated to somewhere, right? And you have to wonder if it's back down the hole.
That, I mean, like I said,
It's
makes
probably
sense.
not in the
There's a lot of
probably
places
not
to hide
inside the
down
corner.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I was some kind of a predator, that's probably where I would go. But wait a minute, there's no oxygen down there.
Yeah. Well, we don't know anything about this life form, so.
That's
And
my
as a group,
point.
we've got some experience.
I suspect that it being invisible, we can assume that it perhaps has other unique qualities, such as not needing to breathe oxygen.
Mhm.
So, Monty, you've gotten yourself up off the ground now, and you go through the door from the quarters back to the workspace, the big area kind of in the
I
center of the station.
Yeah, but I put on my infrared goggles.
Okay, cool. So you've put on your infrared goggles. You go into the workspace area, just as I assume doctors, you're coming out of docking bay 1 and into the workspace, or are you going to actually try to go aboard the ship? It's up to you.
No,
Um,
I think I'll follow those orders to get to a defensible position. That sounds smart.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, apart from the ship being
Yeah.
probably more defensible. But yeah, I'll follow Dr. Felky.
Okay, so you both
yeah,
go through the airlock and into the workspace where you will encounter Monty, who looks quite a bit distraught. He's stressed to the max, nearly. But
Are you
There
okay?
are short-term comms on
our
now
short range
between us
comms.
all. Yeah.
I mean, you have them. You can use them if you want.
Yeah, I
Or
was going to ask the captain to if you've got a biometric scanner to go look around the hole and the hole is in the work area, correct?
yes, yes. The
You might want to check around the edges of that hole for any biometric readings or blood.
so
Doctor, holy shit. You don't
as
understand what's going on right now.
as you're having this discussion,
Right.
hold on, what was it described as the freaking the ventilation shaft that was next to the industrial ventilation shaft next to the big generator in the one corner smashes open. There's
Oh, great.
a spray of that blue blood as something comes pouring out of the industrial vent. You can actually see the bits of hardened foam still on it. You can see, the blood kind of splashing out of it as it's coming straight out of the industrial vent and going straight towards the yawning pit down into the mine shaft, pretty much right between doctors Velke and Albright on one side of the workspace and Monty on the other side of the workspace.
Shoot it. If you
yes,
spot
Okay,
it,
so on Monty has one frag grenade I can throw down the hole.
Okay,
you beauty.
go ahead. You guys can, those three that are actually in the workspace, the two doctors and Monty, go ahead and give me speed checks.
okay.
See if you act before or after the wounded, invisible
17.
man-eating monster. Okay, that's a success, Monty. So you get to act before it does,
23 on a 34.
as does Vilky.
And 94.
Albright will be a bit slower. So, uh, Velky and Monty, you guys get to go first. This thing has come out of the vent and is moving towards the hole down to the mine shaft.
I'll try to throw this grenade in between it and the shaft.
Okay.
Hmm.
Give me a combat roll plus your military training.
Oh, 97.
Thank God it wasn't a 99, or it would have blown up in your hand. Okay, so you whip the try to throw
Or
the grenade
I
between
rolled,
the monster
yeah.
and the mine shaft. However, you miss what you were going for. Makes sense. You're under a lot of stress. Um, and on that note as well, I will need Doctors Albright and Velke to make another fear save, as you now know there's some kind of invisible monster in the room with you. Um,
Gotcha.
and
Do I
let me
make
see,
that before taking my
what is
action?
that grenade going to hit? Oh yeah, there's also water. Yeah, just do it before your action. I didn't make Monty roll again because he's already made that roll when he encountered it in the mess hall. So
I failed.
your grenade bounces off target and explodes over by the med bay, pretty much destroying it.
Great.
The med bay here in the workspace. So, and most of the medical supplies as well that were there are thrown in disarray and destroyed from the blast. You guys would hear that explosion as well, even from the mess hall. You'd hear some kind of a massive explosion over by the workspace, you would assume. Sonia and the other miners present all get looks of concern on their face. And Dana starts to move towards the door to the quarters, and Sonia says, "No, Dana, stay here, stay here. We need to get everybody here that we can. There's no point in running out there and getting yourself killed too." And he kind of looks at her and at first has a look of maybe defiance on his face, but then he just kind of nods his head and says, all right. And he kind of steps away from the door to the quarters. In fact, first he walks up to the door to the quarters and hits a button, and the door closes. Doesn't lock it, but just closes it, so it's no longer standing wide open. And then he walks over and rejoins the rest of you, who I'm assuming are probably standing as far as possible away from the door to the quarters and the ventilation shaft in the mess hall. Away from any, as far away from as you can, and keep your eyes on any points of entrance. Yeah. Um, the cat is freaking out, and let me go check here. Yeah, the cat actually yowls in fear, and you hear Morgan kind of curse, and he drops the cat. As you can now see, he's got a big scratch on his face. He says, "Oh, God damn it, Prince!" And the cat hits the ground and runs for the ventilation shaft. Now, back in the workspace. So, how did you do on those fear saves, Velke?
I got an 8, so I succeeded.
You succeeded. Okay, you gain 1 stress. Albright,
Okay.
Failed.
failed. You
Yep.
gain 10 stress.
Nice.
And maybe that's why you're slower to act this turn, because you're freaked out. Velke, what's your action?
Is it one entire action to put on my infrared goggles?
It's 1 action, but you get 2 actions around. So
Okay. Then I'm going to put on my infrared goggles, and I assume I can see this thing now?
you put on your infrared goggles, and yes, you can see. Let me double check here with the infrared goggles. The monster. Yeah, you can see some kind of semi-spherical shape. Um, it seems to have 2 kind of short legs with like maybe looks like maybe a 3-toed kind of almost like dinosaur-like foot, right? Or 2 feet, I should say, foot at the end of each leg. You can see these kind of long like twice as long as the legs, like arms kind of coming off of it with big claws at the end of them. Again, 3-fingered claws. You can't really make out any distinction of a face or anything on it because you are looking at an infrared, but you get an idea of the shape of it. And yeah, it's basically it's about as tall as a man, but maybe twice the size in kind of in total mass, if you will. And like I said, it's basically like a ball on a big ball on two squat legs, and with these long ass arms. And like I said, it is moving towards the mine shaft. So what's your second action?
Okay, so it is moving towards the mine shaft. It doesn't seem to be coming at us.
It is
If
not
I
coming
can,
towards you or Dr. Albright. No, and it's not going towards Monty.
okay. And I guess another question would be, I know that a laser cutter, if I miss this thing and hit part of the ship, could cause extreme damage to the ship.
Well, you're in the workspace. There's no ships around. It could cause damage, of course, yes, to the
Right.
integrity of the workspace. Yes,
I just threw a grenade, so
it's
I
true.
know.
Yeah,
Well,
that
as far
also
as
could
I
have,
know,
but instead it just destroyed the med
yeah.
bay.
I'm wondering if I can. I don't know how this would work mechanically in the system, but kind of like hold on to my shot, because I've got a laser cutter and I kind of want to hold on to my shot till this thing is heading down the mine shaft, so that if I do miss,
You're firing
the
into
only
the
thing
mine
that
shaft. Okay.
the only thing I
Yeah.
risk hitting is
So you're
rock.
kind of cautiously like positioning yourself so that if it goes down that shaft, you can then go up and take a shot at it. That's fair.
Yeah.
That'll be your second action, I'll say, is
Yeah.
doing that in a way that doesn't put you in its path, but also will allow you to get a shot at it maybe next round as it's retreating down the shaft. Okay,
Groovy.
the creature goes into the hole. Dr. Albright, it's your action.
How far away is it?
I don't know.
And would I reach it like I could reach it in a turn? The whole.
Yeah.
Actually, never mind.
You could reach any point, I think, in here
Yeah,
in one movement. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, never mind. I'm just gonna stay where I am. I'm not gonna go chasing after
Okay.
invisible creatures down mine shafts.
Okay. So you're just staying over by the airlock to docking bay 1.
Yeah.
Okay. The docking bay 2 airlock opens, and cautiously you would see who was it? Kentaro and Rosa are looking in and like, what the hell is going on? And they see the three of you, and they're just trying to take assessment. They're trying to figure out what the hell happened to the med bay. What was the explosion? What's going on here? And that will bring us to the next round. Now the creature is running away, so I will just let you guys take actions. Velky, I'll let you go first because you were positioning yourself in a way so that you could try to shoot at this thing as it's retreating down the shaft. And as you look down, yeah, you can see it like crawling along the wall of the of this pit. Yeah. Those big claws seem to just kind of dig right in, and it's just like moving right down the shaft. You want to take a shot at it? Yeah.
Yes, I do. I
All
don't think
right.
I have any skills related to it.
Roll your combat.
Okay. Heck yeah, that's a 7.
Nice. Give me your damage, 1d100.
Okay. Now I need my 2d10 to roll big numbers, please, for the first time ever. No, they're not going along with my plans. I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Yeah.
You see a little bit more of that blue blood. Well, no, it's not blue now because you're infrared. You see something cool or something. No, swarm actually. Yeah. You wound it. You hit it, but it keeps going. Keeps working down the shaft. Monty, what are you doing?
I'll shoot at it too if it's not too late.
Okay, so you go up to the hole and start firing your SMG down there. Go for it.
Yeah.
God, I'm rolling terrible on my saves.
Oh, I rolled a 61.
Ooh, is that a failure?
Yeah, my combat,
Good.
even with the
So
15, is
your
fail.
SMG. Wait, do you have medical? You have military training, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have military training. Correct. So how many shots is that you fired? 2, 3?
This will be my
Your second.
third
Is it your
from
third?
last session, including.
Oh, okay, cool. So you have 2 more shots left, basically. 2 more
Yes.
bursts worth left.
Yes.
Cool. Good,
Yes.
Just trying to remember to keep track of that. So, yep. So you fire, but your bullets don't hit anything. You just see flashes off of the mining wall um, as you miss the creature, and it disappears. It extends beyond the range of your goggles and disappears into the dark shaft below. So we're essentially out of combat.
I'll
Essentially,
pull out my
we are out of
BIOS.
combat.
I'll pull out my BIOS scanner,
Mm-hmm.
and I look to Dr. Albright, and I hand it to him.
So remind me what this is. This is for taking samples. Is it
It allows you to scan the immediate
genetic?
area for signs of life. It can scan for generally up to 100 meters in all directions without being blocked. Most known metals will block it. Oh no, sorry, it can do that without being blocked by most known metals. Sorry, so even through most known metals you can scan through. It can tell the locations of signs of life, but not what that life is.
So is there anything in the, like looking at this, is there anything in the immediate surrounds that
In
shouldn't
the
be?
workspace, in the room where you are, there is currently just the 5 of you, Velki, Monty, and the other 2 mining staff, Kentaro and Rosa.
Is there something I can take a sample of the, is it the med scanner that can take
A med
genetic
scanner allows you to
samples?
scan a living or dead body, analyze it for disease or abnormalities without having to do any biopsy or autopsy.
So what is the other one then? I thought there was something we used before to, on the,
To do
on the
what?
first ship, on the first ship to take that sample that we could analyze. I thought.
Is there something else that I'm forgetting?
Hmm.
Field recorder, maybe. Yeah, field recorder is used
Yeah,
to research
yeah.
alien flora and fauna in the field. It can take vital signs, collect DNA samples, and perform basic genetic and material analysis on foreign objects. You got a
Can
lot of
I
this
try
thing's
and,
blood around.
yeah, can I try and take a sample and analyze it?
You certainly can. What can I tell you about it? So, again, perform basic genetic and material analysis. Okay. So it's definitely some kind of unknown alien. Let me see. I tell you, give me an intellect roll plus. Oh, you've got xenobiology, don't you?
Hmm?
Yeah, give me an intellect plus xenobiology. And I'll, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yep, go with that.
Okay. Got a 66. It's a success.
It's a critical success. Okay, I will come back to you. It'll take you a couple minutes to run the scans and stuff, but I'll come back to you with the information that you can gather from the DNA sample you have of this thing. And the other 2 miners, Kataro would be the one who speaks up, says, "It's gone. We got to get to the mess. We got to get to the mess. The station manager's gathering us there. Come on." Him and Rosa start walking over towards the quarters. Are you coming or
Hey,
what?
don't you think we should get back to the ship?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the Dr. Velke
Okay,
and
cool. I just didn't know if you were directing that towards one of them. Just want to check. Okay.
What did
Um,
unceremoniously abort our job? Leave these people to deal with invisible roly-poly thing? No, we must
that's
offer
our
our help.
Okay. I will follow your lead. Did you
Well,
get your
you're
doctorate?
It's in the mail. Also, you are captain. I'm just saying that not only will we have given up on our job, but we will have left these people out in the lurch. Do not think we get another job like this
No,
from
you're
these
right. You're
people.
right. You're right. If we
we
help them, we can make more money.
might be,
Exactly.
as scientists, though, Dr. Felke, we might be of more use on the ship.
This is perhaps I did hit it with my laser cutter, and I'll be real with you, it felt very good. Like my whole body is tingling. My fingertips are like staticky. It was great.
All right, doctors. Well, I only got 2 shots left.
We should get you more ammunition. But Dr. Albright, you seem to be getting some positive information from your samples.
Yes, still
Okay.
on the left
Should
side.
help. We should also grab someone from the station. The Dr. Giovanni has not left his ship this whole time. It's suspicious. We should pry that door open, or and Velky brandishes his laser cutter, or I could just shoot through it, which is honestly something I'm loving about me right now.
Well, do you want to help the people or do you want to break into Giovanni's ship?
Well, no, we should reconvene with the people, let Dr. Albright finish his work, and then Dr. Giovanni at least needs to be checked on. They have not come out of he has not come out of his ship. There is
All
a
right.
dangerous alien.
I'm just going to wait for Dr. Albright to finish what he has to do.
Okay. So you guys you're taking the field recorder and moving towards the mess hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all going to the mess hall. You will all gather in there. The 5 of you plus I think I said there were 9 of them. Is that right? 9?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Dr. Giovanni?
Sorry,
The
no, there's
cat?
eight of them. Sorry, yeah, it's Sonia, Ashraf, Dana, Jerome, Kentaro, Morgan, Rie, and Rosa. Yeah, there's 8 of them. Sorry, plus cat. Yeah. So um, so you all reconvene in the mess hall, and your sample, your scanning, sorry, your analysis on the sample is nearly complete. You've got, yeah, basically this creature, it's DNA, it's genetics. Its invisibility seems to be its natural state. It's definitely it seems that it lives on a diet of just organic material, which would be probably why it eats people and arms and stuff, right? You believe it's probably blind and uses some form of echolocation.
Mm.
And did that come up in a thing? Yeah, you think also that it would be adversely affected by water.
Hmm.
Okay, so I relay that. I guess suggest that maybe water and perhaps noise-based
We're back in the mess hall.
defenses.
Yes,
I
you're back
mean,
in the mess
yeah,
hall.
we're all in the mess hall.
I'll grab like an empty cup and urinate in it.
Um,
Why are you pissing in cup?
We're
there's a
made of water.
there's a
You guys
toilet
should do
just
the
over there,
same.
right?
Yeah,
There's a
there's an
toilet in the
automated kitchen
corner,
unit
right?
in here. You could easily just get
There's
Yes,
water.
they have water here.
there's a tap.
You can save yours.
But anyway,
It's
if
almost
we
full.
Maybe he had to go.
In
if
cup?
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone,
Sure,
if
sure.
if we could play perhaps really loud noise from the intercoms, it might effectively blind the creature.
Can we engineer anything that can send out sonic waves or fire sonic blasts or something? Somebody's got to be able to figure. Oh, what do they use to mine?
Yeah, they got lots of mining equipment stuff. Yep, drills and such.
Do
Yeah,
they don't happen to use anything
drills,
that
laser cutters.
uses Sonic drills?
We could use the power of heavy metal.
No.
We got a bunch of pots and
No.
pans, so I
Okay.
can bang together, guys.
But
That's a good
I
idea.
think one of the things we have to do is that we have to go after it. I mean, there are three reasons. Like, we need our shipment back to the station. If we kill this thing, you've
you
already
sure there's
analyzed
only
part of its
one, though?
DNA.
Are
Well,
you sure there's only?
we
don't know if there's any more than
well, that's the risk we have to take.
one.
But I get if all these people are listening to us as we're talking, right?
Yeah, they're freaking out. Like, well, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but
how do we know how many
but
there are?
they have one choice.
Where's Dr.
Either
Giovanni?
This is good question. Do you give
Doctor-
me uninterrupted permission to enter his
That
ship?
guy's been acting weird the whole time he's been here. I bet you he has something to do with this.
I will
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
open
I
his
think
door.
I think
we went
think
over
Dana's
to
right.
we went over to investigate the ship and found that he'd somehow sealed himself into the ship.
No, Dr.
So
Albright.
perhaps
Let's get all cards on table. There is invisible monster. We wanted to talk to the good doctor. We thought that if I just happened to make the door pop open because he was not answering our hail, that we could chat. And I fucked up and fried some wires. But he still did not come out or make any sounds from behind the door when the monster was raging everywhere. I say that we slice open the door, find out what is going on.
I'm just shaking my head.
And I apologize for trying to break into his ship. I'm not good at it. I tried to break through the airlock earlier as well when we were in danger and flew across the room. It was terrible.
Sonia says, listen, none of that has to go in any official reports. Core Space Corporation is one of our major investors in our company. We don't want any trouble with them, but look, and if anything else happens, if anything does come of it, we could just say you were concerned for his safety when he didn't respond during the red alert.
I absolutely was. So maybe we go pop that door.
Yep. It's a good place to start.
But if we're considering going down after this thing,
the
crew here, I'm gonna guess. I mean, they have a choice. Either we leave and they're stuck with the monster, but if we're gonna try to go after it, they have to come with us. They've got to. Whatever laser cutters, whatever they can get together. If we're strangers gonna go after this, and this is their home, you'd figure a couple of them have gotta want to come with us. So I'm saying we're gonna form a party to go after this thing, and get all the weapons you can get and come with us.
Plus, they're more familiar with the mine.
Come with us if you want to live.
Yeah, if you want to live, you're gonna have to arm yourselves and come.
You'll need
and I say, look,
you know
what
down there.
Okay, good. Listen, they saw us harm this thing.
Yeah.
So they know it can be wounded.
All of our equipment's in the workspace. So we go together. We all stick together.
Okay. But let's go get Dr. Giovanni first.
I think this is a good idea. And
do we all go together to get Giovanni, or should we maybe suit up and because we're not armed, we can suit up and arm up while you check on Dr. Giovanni. The docking bay is right off the workspace anyway.
Okay, is there any way to seal the entrance to the mine shaft? I don't know if I saw anything that could seal the mine shaft, because that is where it went.
But I mean, probably if you use some of the drills to collapse the shaft, but then
no, not.
What are we supposed to do then?
Yeah, well, we'll put that as option Z. I just meant a short. Like I didn't know if there was some door we put over it. But if there's not, then we should.
No, I mean, there's an airlock. There's an airlock at the bottom that leads into the main tunnel, but
We could just paint a little sign and plant it there and says aliens not allowed.
Oh,
Maybe that'll
see,
work.
this is the good idea, actually.
Okay. So the miners will all go together out to the workspace. A couple of them make quick stops into their bunks on the way to grab various pills and such. They go into the workspace and start suiting up into vac suits because it'll take them a little bit of time to get suited up, and they're checking their I guess all they have is really laser cutters, right? Yeah, laser cutters is what they have.
And if any
Well,
of them happen to have
those seem
infrared goggles,
laser cutters tend to work on this thing. So
Okay.
and we're
I mean,
getting our vac
yeah.
suits, I guess, as well. Yeah.
Are you there on your ship, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys can go out to your ship and suit up before going to docking bay 1 to check on the Heracles, or are you going to the Heracles first?
I feel like maybe we should suit up first. Who
Okay.
knows
Yeah.
what's in the Heracles?
So while they're suiting up in the
Yeah.
workspace, you go to the zero credibility. You can still see like the partially unloaded. There's like a pallet type thing or whatever there that's like partially loaded with the stuff, the supplies that were coming off of your ship. So you guys will go there and start suiting up. Yeah.
But
13 doesn't need to suit up. What about you, 13? Are you
and
sticking with your crew, or are you sticking with the workers? Or going off and doing something else entirely?
Perhaps I should continue either offloading or onloading, putting all the equipment back. Are we going to be evacuating the station?
No, I don't think so, 13. We're going to at least try to get Dr. Giovanni out of the Heracles and secure the remainder of our responsibilities to this job.
yeah,
They can't very well load up the ore until we've made it relatively safe to do so.
and
Dana
Very
we're
well.
gonna help
Dana says,
save all of these people.
Perhaps I should stay behind and unload the rest of the equipment. And he goes on and starts unloading the equipment,
okay.
all the stuff.
All right, now let me see here. Doing so. Okay. So 13, you're on continuing to unload stuff. You guys are on board the ship getting suited up. So 13, since you're the one outside of the ship in the docking bay, you will be the one to hear the screams coming from the workspace and then hear the sounds of
Right.
multiple laser cutter blasts.
Let's
And
go.
let me just make some rolls here. Just want to see if anybody crit fails. No. Okay. So, what do you do, 13?
Well, he'll get on the comms and let them know that there have been screams and signs of and sounds of struggle.
Yeah.
And they are
And then
continuing.
he'll go back to loading the equipment.
Okay. The screams and the blasts continue.
Have we had time to get into our suits?
Yeah, you're pretty much just about finished suiting up now.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Someone
Okay.
stronger than me,
So
though.
you all come
should
rush
go
up. You
first.
see 13 still unloading stuff from the cargo hold.
13, what are you doing?
He'll wave.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we tell him to maybe do look for any signs of life that might have slipped invisibly onto our ship. That might be nice to know as we run past them.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, good idea.
Ah, very good. Yes, I will
Take
make sure
a
to do that.
biometric scanning to the ship, please.
He will stop what he's doing and put the biometric scan
And start walking around the ship.
Right.
Please.
Did he have any input as far as them using the UV goggles to see the creature?
What do you mean?
Did anybody tell him that? Did they share that information?
Well, you probably would have noticed a couple of them wearing their goggles. Yeah.
He will
Yeah,
put the UV
you could
goggles
you could
on.
deduct logically that, oh yes, of
Yep,
course.
he'll put the UV goggles on and use
Okay.
that as well.
Cool.
You have some UV goggles, yes?
Yes.
Right.
I think for flavor purposes, it would be cool to say that, not UV goggles, infrared
Infrared.
goggles, yeah.
They're infrared.
Say that basically you have a setting that you can do to change your vision to infrared, right? Sounds cooler than
Sure.
an Android wearing goggles.
Ooh.
So you flip
Nice.
Indeed.
over.
I didn't want to press the issue, but yes.
I think it sounds cool. So I'll say you have for whatever you paid for your infrared goggles, instead you have basically a cybernetic implant that switches your vision to
So he'll push the button on the side, each side of his
switch to infrared.
temple,
Perfect.
and switch to infrared,
Cool.
which will make his eyes all creepy and red.
Yeah. Eyes are now glowing red. The pupils only, maybe.
Well, the whole eye.
Oh, the whole
There's
eye?
no pupil.
Okay, cool. All two big red orbs, I should say. One big red orb. You're Cyclops 13, hey. Okay. And the rest of you go rushing out towards the workspace, yes? Does anybody not go rushing out towards the
Yep.
workspace? Because I
13.
would totally understand if you didn't want to.
I
I don't
wouldn't
want to.
call it rushing.
You're hanging
Yeah.
towards
How
the
about
back.
creeping?
Yeah, I don't want to be in front, but I do want to have my infrared goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who is in front? I guess that's you, Monty. You're the last to speak.
Yeah,
So,
I'll be in front. I have my goggles
so
on
you
and my
rush out,
SMG.
and let me see. Oh, so you rush out, and you can see there's body parts and um, blood, almost all red blood now, all over the place. Let me roll randomly to see who is still alive. So Kentaro is, kind of backed up against the generator, which is smoking um, a bit now. It looks to have taken a bit of a blast from a
Right.
laser cutter. And he's just holding his laser cutter in front of him, like freaking out. He's not blasting at the moment, though. Rie, the smaller Asian woman, is now kind of cowering behind some of the debris from the destroyed med bay, and Jesus, she takes a shot at you as you come running in, because she's panicked. Go ahead and give me an armor save there, Monty.
I'm wearing my vac suit, right?
Yes, you are. So that's plus
Yeah.
7 to your armor save.
Oh, okay. I actually I rolled the 16.
Perfect. So she misses you and just hits part of the airlock door. And then realizes you says, "Oh, sorry." And
Stupid bitch.
the other one who is still alive is Sonia. And you see her. She is actually, she is missing. So she's missing her right arm, and it looks like she's missing her left leg from the knee down, and she's kind of like up against the what was it? There was the med bay, there was the generator, and
It's just a flesh wound.
she's up against the she's basically up against the door to the quarters, and she seems to be fiddling with her one hand with this laser cutter, trying to do something with it. You don't know if she's trying to fucking overload it, is she trying to fix it, whatever. But it's up, she's cursing as she does so, and bleeding from her leg, and looks like she's probably in a bit of shock again as well. So, Monty, as you rush into the room, what do you do? Oh,
I'm gonna go towards Sonya.
creature. Sorry, I forgot. You would also see the creature because you have infrared goggles on. And also, I
Yep.
forgot about the fact that it's got some hardened goo on it as well. So the creature itself is looming over Sonya and about to attack her.
Oh,
Okay, so
great.
I'll shoot into the monster.
Go for it.
Attempt.
Oh, roll his armor save. God damn, critical fail.
I fail.
You fail.
74.
Okay, so we both fail. So something bad for both of us happens. So you shoot at the creature, missing it, but hitting the light fixture kind of thing above like right above the door to the quarters, like the whatever light thing is there. Sparks fly everywhere. The generator lets out a horrible sound, and black smoke pours out of it for a moment, and the lights all go off. For a moment, the whole station is dark, and then you hear, and then the emergency red lighting comes on. The station now seems to be on emergency power only. Next into the room is
Me. I've got infrared goggles on.
Svalbard. So, yep, so you can see it as well.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Go for it. What are you using? Laser cutter?
Laser
Laser cutter.
cutter,
Yeah, that's
man.
right. Yeah.
Okay, it's not great. 33. Let's see. No, 48. Miss.
Oh, you rolled a 48. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I failed again for it too, so it's another double fail.
Oh, if they're equal, doesn't that is that a hit? No.
No.
Is it?
If we both fail, it means it's just something
Oh,
disadvantageous
okay.
happens to both of us. Like that's how it actually ran into 13 earlier and knocked them both
Got
prone
it.
momentarily, was
Got it.
because
Got
I
it. Got it.
what could make sense here? You're firing a laser cutter. I mean, I could now only if it was a critical fail would I decompress the whole place. So I will say you blast towards it, and your laser cutter also cuts through part of the wall surrounding the quarters area, causing a bit
Okay.
of ceiling to fall down, maybe on the creature. You're not sure. Well, you
Mm-hmm.
have infrared. You can still see the creature behind
Oh yeah.
the debris
Okay.
because of your infrared goggles. But it basically
Okay.
now you have a bunch of ceiling debris between you and it. So um, next into the room, I'm guessing is Velky.
Yeah, I guess so.
Go get him,
Do you have
killer.
goggles, Velky?
Yeah, I got goggles. I got the same pack that
Cool.
Svalbard does.
Yeah.
So I guess I also
I know
want to
you've probably
try to
said it 100
shoot it.
times, but I just can't remember everything.
It's fine.
Too much
It's
to...
fine.
You're gonna try to
I
shoot it
mean,
as well? Okay.
yeah, because
So it is behind cover, so you were rolling at disadvantage.
oh no, I'm just not. My combat's 30. I'm gonna bring the whole place down. We'll just do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fire out the laser cutter.
Use your luck.
In fairness, the workspace is in a pretty central location, so it's like probably the least likely place where you could cause a severe hull breach.
Okay.
Like if you were in one of the
Okay.
outlying areas, like the quarters or the mess hall or docking bays, it
Yeah.
would be a lot higher chance. But
Right.
the workspace is
I'm
kind of
sorry.
more
That
insulated.
was just a joke from 13, right? There's not a mechanic I'm forgetting about that
No,
would
there's
help
no
me
luck.
with luck.
No, there's no luck.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And is there any way that I could just like maneuver huge piece of debris that's blocking my view of the monster? Like if I could go in the room and circle around to the right, could I
Yeah,
try to,
sure. But that'll take your whole round. But yes, you could.
Nah, I'm just gonna shoot at it through the
Okay.
debris with disadvantage.
Okay. Don't worry, I already have something figured out in my mind if you crit fail, and it does not involve
Okay.
decompressing the entire station.
Cool. Oh, good to know. Good. The first one was a success at 29, right below my combat. Let's
Cool.
see if I can do it again. Yeah, that one was even better. That was a 1, so 29, just a regular success.
Okay, so 29 is a regular success. So you hit the creature, you cut through the debris because it's a fucking laser cutter. It cuts through ship holes, and it cuts through the debris, hits the creature. Give me your damage roll, D percentile, D100.
Okay.
Not D percentile, D100. There is a slight difference in this game. In a D
Right.
percentile, a double zero is the lowest result, right? A critical hit. In a
Right.
D100, a double zero means you did 100 points of damage. So.
Right. That's an 86.
86. Ooh. Holy
yep.
shit. You
How many pieces do I cut it in?
Blast through the debris. You cut the thing in half.
Bless.
One half goes one way, the other half goes the other way. Sonya is covered in horrible blue goo. Blue, actually, does it bleed? I forgot about this.
Oh no.
I just want to double check.
Is it acid?
She's just Sonya's covered in goo. Luckily, the missing limbs are no longer a problem. She is quickly turned into a
Nope,
puddle.
It doesn't. Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check something. Yep. So, no, it wasn't about acid. It was about something else entirely. Don't worry.
And Sonia's having a rough day.
Yeah, she is. But you're positive that killed it because it's not moving,
Okay.
and you cut it in half.
All right.
As-
Velky,
This
you
is
sure
the
that
best day of my life.
you sure that that PhD wasn't in bug killing?
That's for all those
That was-
failed rolling attempts for hacking and such.
Yeah, it all adds up. Well, that was amazing. Somebody that has limbs, please close the airlock to the mine. If it has a friend, I do not want to meet it. I promise you I cannot do that again.
So, I think because we're well over time, and I apologize for that,
Yeah.
gents, but I was
Yeah.
enjoying it. I think now that you've killed the creature, but we haven't
Mhm.
necessarily resolved the entire situation as far as we know. There's still what's going on with
Right.
the Heracles. Are there more of them down in the mine shaft, etc.? But I think that's a good place to stop it for this night. And I'll think of a creative way that if Mark does come back with us next week, I'll think of a creative way to have him dropped off at the station or something, or maybe have him drunkenly come crawling out of the brig or something. Maybe we never really had to. We never discussed why he wasn't here, did
Or
we?
he
On
was
Gamma,
Dr. Antonio.
However, let me see. XP. That's okay. I just want to decide how much XP to give total. Where's the thing on XP? Oh, I think I went too far. No, maybe I didn't go far enough. Is it
That's what she said.
Yeah. Here we go. XP. So bonuses. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, that's a good one. There's this. Okay, that's a good one. I'll give everybody. Mhm. Okay, everybody gets 13 experience points except for Dr. Velke, who gets 16 experience points. Because not only did he kill the monster, but he also saved Sonya's life. She was going to be dead that round. So you get an extra +3 for that, Velke. All right.
Right on.
I will stop the recording there. Thank you for playing, gents.
Thanks for another good night.